I know where I want to go, and I know where superstardom comes, and I think I can be some big.
Which is where? The big story was Gable Steveson, obviously national champion, gold medalist. You know the history by now, making his DBX debut. And this was interesting because it's striking only. Can't use your wrestling. Well, it couldn't have gone any better for him in the main event against Billy Swanson. He won via first round KO in just 15 seconds. Here it is. Here it is. In case you missed it, we could play the whole 15 seconds for you right here and now in a nice bite-sized little clip. Do we have it? Do we have it? There it is. There's Gable, top left. Swanson, bottom right. Dan Miragliotta in the middle. Enjoy. Love the ring, love the setup. Oh, a couple jabs there. Nice little uppercut. Some ground and pound. And that's all she wrote. This is my favorite part, by the way. Oh, we'll show. Yeah, there it is. Come on. We missed it. We missed. Oh, and then he's got the guns out and he hugs the great Johnny Bones Jones. Let's talk to the man who we're just talking about, Gable Steveson, who's kind enough to join us here on this Wednesday afternoon. Hello, Gable. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Congratulations on the win. Did you enjoy that?
Of course, yeah, man. A big knockout, my first ever. I think that's the hardest I've ever hit anybody. Cool feeling.
Is it weird to just compete for 15 seconds when you're used to, longer matches? You hardly, I don't even think you broke a sweat, to be honest. Maybe the jump was the hardest part of the whole thing. Is that weird for you? Like, did you feel like you had more to let out afterwards?
Of course, I trained for the 5 3 minutes. I wanted to go out there and showcase and kind of take my time. But the way the land worked, and I went out there and scored a big knockout. And who would have ever thought?
Billy tried to make it a little personal in the lead up. Did that bother you?
It's I look at it as it's a guy trying to go out there and showcase who he is. He's gonna say a lot of freaky things and crazy things, and he probably did. But who came out on top? Myself, and that's all that matters to me.
Okay, so you didn't feel like it got under your skin or I mean, clearly it all worked out. He was trying to do that. Did it get to the point where you felt like it was personal?
No, it's not personal. I think it's you poke the bear too much, and
Yeah.
look what happens. I was super motivated. A lot of things that even after the press conference, I went to the gym probably 10 p.m. to midnight. We're all in there just training, having a good time. So definitely burns the fire in me, and I kind of want to go out there and really put it on him even harder after that.
So what's interesting is you say that you're motivated. I'm wondering, because there was no wrestling involved, really for the first time in your life, no grappling involved whatsoever, an athletic competition like a mano-a-mano fight. Just striking, this is new for you. Were you feeling nervous? Were you feeling at any point like, what have I gotten myself into?
No, not what I've got myself into. I think a lot of it was I was prepared. I wouldn't put myself in this position if I didn't believe that I was prepared to do this. And John, Brandon Gibson, and a lot of other guys were helping me prepare for this. And so, just go out there and have a good time. If you believe in yourself, why not try things that scare you? And definitely staying on the feet is going to scare a lot of people. But that day didn't scare me.
Last time we spoke to you was back in September after the win in LFA, your pro MMA debut, which went obviously very well. How did this come about? Like, for this to be the next move, how did it come about?
I think the main thing is you've seen me. I didn't throw any strikes my first LFA match, so I wanted to go out there and kind of be like, hey, let's handicap Gable. Let's go out there and kind of show the world that he can be comfortable in the ring, not pull punches, have good head movement. And I think I did a fair enough job to go out there and get the job done. Most definitely there's a lot of things to keep working on, and I'll keep progressing.
DBX, obviously, very new, very young. What did you make of the promotion, the rules, everything that they're trying to do?
It's great. It's new. It's something that a lot of people haven't seen before and still haven't seen. And hopefully after my fight, a lot of people can gravitate to that promotion and kind of go out there and go out there and have a great time themselves. It's ran by Jon Jones and company, and Mike Perry also, the king of violence. So, man, it's ran by a great group of people, and I think they're going to keep building it where it can get to arenas and get to a place where a lot of people can see it, and it's going to be happy to see.
Was this just a one-off for you?
You never know, man. We talked about bringing it to Minneapolis.
Oh,
Minneapolis would be crazy because I'm from Minnesota, and
yeah.
hopefully we can kind of bring it there. But if it's a one-off for me, I feel like I did a great job for them and promoted them well. Went out there and held my head high, put my hands up, and got a big knockout for them.
UFC matchmaker Mick Maynard was there in attendance, ringside. Did
Yes,
you have
he
a
was.
chance to talk to him afterwards?
I did talk to Mick. It's cool to go out there. I have one fight, to go out there and have a guy so high up in the UFC come and watch me. You know, it's a blessing. But you want to go out there, and I'm focused before, and I'm focused on the interviews after. I'm focused on meeting people. I'm taking pictures with the kids and kind of showing them that, hey, I'm not a bigger than life person. You know, I'm a guy that you can have an interaction with. And so I talked to Mick, great combo, healthy, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Okay. Any fight offers? Any contracts?
Not that I know of. You know, there might be one that someone's getting ready to call me about right after this interview. So I'll be waiting to pick up the phone.
Tell us about it. Who's that? Who's that?
You know, just some nice people that I talk to.
Okay. Well, you see look, I won't beat around the bush. I had the CEO of the PFL in our studio yesterday, and I said to him, like, if I'm the PFL,
Wow.
if I was running the PFL, I would have offered Gable Steveson a contract last week before this. Like, this is the type of guy that you need in your promotion, and my understanding is that has never happened, and that blows my mind. And so if I'm the UFC, I offer you a contract last week. Are we at the point where we're talking to these big dogs? Because when I asked you after the LFA fight, you said you're taking your time a little bit, maybe another fight for them. Are we at that point now?
I feel like I'm still taking my time. I feel like there's still a lot of things for me to gain being in a lot more fights. I mean, I would love to take my time. I would love to see the landscape of, and really kind of go out there and feel myself out and see where I can take this fighting game at.
Okay.
And you know, PFL is a great thing. You know, UFC is a great thing. Maybe both contracts will hit the table. I'm not sure, but I know where I want to go, and I know where superstardom comes, and I think I can be something big.
Which is where?
Oh man, you know, it could be both. It could be PFL, it could be UFC. But like I said, a superstar comes wherever Gable is. So that's how I like to treat it.
Is there a chance you fight again this year? There's like 2 months left in 2025. You've been active 2 months in the last couple months, 2 fights, excuse me, in the last couple months. Is there a chance you get one more in this year?
Most definitely. I'm looking at going in hopefully in a few weeks. Again,
Wow.
I would love to stay active as possible. I told you this the first time. If I can go out there and keep being active and get used to the ring and get used to being in that cage before I go to the big stage, I would love to do that. And you know, there's going to be guys that are trying to win matchups, and I feel like I have the better foot right now forward, and I want to keep the momentum going. And I think we got really great momentum after that dirty boxing match.
Okay, and would that be in MMA?
Yes, it would be.
Okay, fair to assume LFA?
I would love LFA. You know, LFA is great. The best place to go to get to the UFC, to have the most people watch, to have the most people kind of buy into who you are. And I would love to go back to LFA. And if I can get one on their promotion, that'd be great.
By the way, by the time your career is, you know, a consistent thing, and right now this would be your third fight in about 3 months, what would be the ideal weight for you as a heavyweight?
I'm about like 256 right now, 255. I would love to get to 250 and kind of sit there. And if I can get even lower and kind of clean up my stomach and clean up my top half and make it more stronger, I would love to. But I feel like this is just the start of me rebuilding who I am and my body and kind of keeping it healthy. But I would love to go out there and be 250, really solid, and just have that look that people want to be like, wow, like I can watch this guy. He can throw hands, he can wrestle, but also he looks good. And I feel like that's a big thing for just marketability and going out there and having people be like, wow, I want to pay for this guy to watch him fight.
And so obviously you're training with Jon and Brandon Gibson and those guys in Albuquerque. You're not living in Albuquerque though, right?
No, I live in Minnesota still, but I spend normally a lot of the time in Albuquerque with them. Those are my guys. I love them. I appreciate them. They show me a tremendous amount of love, but home is in Minneapolis. And that's where it probably forever will be.
Okay, so you would never relocate there to train there full time?
I think I probably would. You never know. Right now, I'm not sure, but I do spend a fair amount of time with those guys. But maybe relocation is, if it's needed, it's always going to be necessary.
Do you have a team and a gym that you train with in Minnesota when you're not over there?
Yes, I do. There's a place in Prior Lake. I got a guy named Billy Simon who I've been working with for a couple of years now. Just in a nice low key spot that he has for us. There's partners too, and it's a great atmosphere too with him.
Do you go to the University of Minnesota as well to stay sharp with the wrestling?
Yeah, I still go every day. Tomorrow I'm actually wrestling. Tomorrow I got matches tomorrow.
What does that mean, matches?
Matches with I got a guy named Trent Hilger. He's going to the Bill Farrell for USA Wrestling. He's gonna wrestle this weekend. Try to win his tournament. He's got to go against a guy named Mason Paris, who's a tough opponent. But I'm here to get him ready tomorrow. He's gonna leave tomorrow also, and hopefully he can pull out those wins this weekend.
But this isn't official matches, right? This is you helping him train.
This is just me helping him train.
Okay. Wow. So you're going there on a daily basis. Still back with the team. Are you training with the team as well with the
Yep,
Golden
I train.
Gophers?
I like to train with the team because they're in season now, and it kind of
Yeah.
gives me the real feel. It makes me feel like I'm always in camp. So I lift with them every day. I wrestle with them almost every day. Condition with them every day, and then in the evening I go and hit pads. I do MMA practice, and then go home, sit in the ice tub, sit in the hot tub, and then and repeat normally every single day.
Wow. Okay. What is John saying to you as far as like your acceleration? Would he like for you to go to the UFC now, or does he like this pace?
He likes his pace. John's big on kind of making things bigger than they should be, and that's what he's trying to do right now. And so he likes his pace. He likes where I'm going. He likes the feel. He likes the look, and he likes the traction that we're getting by doing all these events so quick and keeping this momentum going. So it's crazy to see how fast things are going. I feel like we talked about getting to a big place and over a long period of time, and maybe it might happen faster than we think. But man, I'm thankful for it, and it's a blessing to have a guy like that in my corner.
Do you have a number of fights in mind where you think like I want to get to this amount of fight? No, sort of like an amateur career, but it's not amateur, obviously. Before I
Sure,
go
yeah.
to the big leagues, so to speak. Do you have that in mind?
I think whatever, man, whenever I feel confident enough I feel confident right now. Sorry. I feel very confident right now. I can go in there and battle. But
Wow.
whenever I feel like we are at that time that John looks me in the face and says, hey, now is the time to take that next step. And when he says it, we'll be ready and we'll take it from there. But man, I'm fully confident right now that I can go into to a big promotion and kind of make waves. But I'm not at that point, and I don't like to speak too far ahead. But
Sure.
I do see myself being something special.
Do you leave it up to him? Like ultimately, it's going to be his call.
It's his call, but I also think it's my call too. And that's we have a good transparency on what he thinks is best, but he also listens to a lot of things I say. And he's also really big on if you want to go ahead and do it, let's do it. And so I think that's where we're at with our relationship. And he'll make the best call and the best business call for me. But I think competitive wise, I think he'll know and I'll know when I'm ready.
By the way, how did you guys link up?
It was just an Instagram DM, maybe
Really?
2021.
He reached out to you or you to him?
I reached out to him because I was still actively wrestling, and I said, "If you were like a wrestling partner, I'm here. I don't mind getting beat up by you. I don't know how to guard or do
Wow.
anything that you may need. Like I'm a hard worker, and I think he respected that.
Wow. And then he invited you out.
He invited me out. He got injured first, Stipe, and then
Yeah.
the second one he invited me out, and that's how we kind of clicked. And from day one, man, it was a good relationship for sure.
I love that. It's interesting because I don't know how much you pay attention to the heavyweight divisions in the UFC, PFL, etc. But it's probably one of the worst times ever for the heavyweights. And I'm wondering when you watch these guys, you're like, oh man, just with your wrestling and limited MMA experience alone, I could steamroll through these guys. Do you think that way?
No, I don't think that way. I think there's a lot of great competitors out there, and do I feel that I can compete with them right now? Sure, of course. But I would never go out and say that I can be a negative 1,000 to a champion or something like that. I'm always a guy that's gonna look ahead and say, hey, I'm confident in my abilities. I know what I can bring to the table, and when it's time, I will be ready and I will showcase who I am. But for now, I'm a regional fighter that has a platform that's doing well and somehow making waves in the community. So man, I'll stay humble, I'll stay grounded, and when my time comes, you will see that that new side of me.
Is the dream the White House card? Debut on the White House card?
Man, that'd be lovely. That would be lovely. And I feel like we talked about this last time,
Yeah.
but I think the best thing about it is I see John is hungry. And when I'm always around him, I know he has that competitive side in him because he brings it when I'm around. But he's hungry now, and I know he wants to fight. I know he wants that main event, and I know he wants Alex Pereira, and Alex Pereira wants him also. So I think it's a great thing to have John training, myself training with him, a big lead up to the White House card, and maybe we're both on it. But that's perfect world, and the world's never perfect. But if it can work out that way, man, we would love it.
You think it happens? You think him and Alex happens on that card?
Man, I would think. I think you need an American guy that is the best of the best, and that's Jon Jones. He's American. He's a 17-time title defender. Alex Pereira is a dog, also, man. He's gonna go out there and battle. But I think John is in a great spot to go out there and put pressure on Alex and beat him and come out with his hand raised in front of the White House, in front of the world watching, and retire from there maybe.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm pretty sure off the top of my head, there's never been a UFC card that featured two Olympic gold medalists on it. There's a very good chance, I feel like, where we could see you and Kayla Harrison on that card in June, and that would be historic.
Man, that'd be super historic. Kayla, she's a dog too. I watched her last fight, man. She's got all of it and then some. So it's cool to see another Olympic gold medalist kind of thriving in this sport. So hopefully I can come out there and we can both be on that card and kind of win for our country and go out there and beat the guy and gal that they put in front of us.
I remember we talked a little bit about Real American Freestyle Wrestling. We just had Chandler on, who's going to be competing for them. What have you seen? Have you seen anything? Have you watched? Do you like what they're doing? What are your thoughts now that they've had a couple events?
I still think it's a great promotion, and it's crazy that Chandler and Chad Mendes are
Yeah.
Man, I think it's great for wrestling. I think it's great for RAF. I think it's great for everybody involved. I would love to see a great matchup with Chandler and Mendez, but they haven't wrestled in a long, long time, and to come out from not wrestling to wrestling, I'm curious to see how they do. But I think I'm gonna go with Michael Chandler on this one. I think Chad Mendez is a great opponent, but I think Michael Chandler just still having that uniqueness, that explosiveness. I think he's gonna pull it off.
Have you talked to them? Have they reached out to you?
Yes, they have.
And any interest?
I'm really not sure. I'm still committed on fighting.
Okay.
They've reached out a fair amount of times, and I've told them, hey, sorry, I'm just trying to get better in this sport that I'm new to. I feel like if I go bounce back and forth, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in that path again of bouncing back and forth between things. If it pops up and it looks nice, man, I would do it. But right now, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I feel like I got a big fire in my stomach to kind of go out there and prove a lot of people wrong, but also prove myself and get to that next stage. And the last time I had this burn was 2021 at the Olympics and 2022 at NCAA season when I was pushing to kind of finish off in the right way. So I got a big burn in me right now, and I'm confident in myself, and I want to keep on this path that I'm going.
Ultimately, you reached the mountaintop in the sport of wrestling on two occasions, right? National champion, and so now you've got this new thing. To go back to the old thing probably doesn't make a lot of sense.
I don't want to say that. I think it makes great sense to go out there and keep competing wrestling and keep sharp and keep the lungs open. 2028 is in LA. We put a good thought to what if Gable came back and went out there and won a second gold medal while being high up in a fight promotion and kind of creating an international superstar. So I think it's a great idea, but time will tell that story. And
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't like to look too far, and I like to stay grounded to where I am.
You're still thinking about that though, right?
I still think about it here and there. It's a how cool moment for
Yeah.
me. It would be hey, no heavyweight has ever won the Olympic twice. You're still young. You can still do it. You still got that fire. You still got that pep in your step. Why not try it? But it's a hypothetical for me. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world.
All right. Well, you are well on your way. Congrats on the
Appreciate
win.
it.
Very
Thank
impressive
you.
stuff. By the way, the jump I think might have been my favorite part. That thing looked.
Me too.
Yo, the jump is like effort. Look at this thing. Look at this. It reminded me
That's
of Brock.
that's years of playing basketball.
Okay, I didn't know you had some game on the court.
I got some game. I'm looking for a 10-day from the Minnesota Timberwolves. They need a center to back up Rudy Gobert. So
Wait, hey,
maybe it might
look
be.
at that shot, by
This
the way.
is a
Have you
great
seen?
picture.
That's a
This
great
is a
picture.
fantastic picture, man. Shout out to our guy Romo. He caught this picture, man. This is a fantastic picture.
Yo, what is your vertical? Do you know?
I actually did it today, and it was like 34.
Wow.
So it's crazy.
And then the guns. Who are you shooting, by the way?
So that's Arthur Jones, Jon Jones' brother, who
Oh.
sadly passed away. Man, may he rest in very good peace, man. He was a great human being. But that was his sack celebration. So
Wow, I didn't realize
shout out to
that.
Arthur, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that touched John. Did he realize right away what you were doing?
He realized right away. We talked about it before. He said,
Okay.
"Hey, if you do something crazy, this will be the cherry on the top." And I said, "Man, I got you." I was with Arthur at John's last fight. Many great combos, great human, great person. Man, it's sad to see someone like that go so soon. But
Awful.
you just never know. You just never know who you're gonna see. And I feel like treat everyone with kindness. You never know when someone's day is gonna come.
Amen. Well, congratulations. Well done. Looking forward to the next one. Perhaps we see you back in there sooner rather than later, right? Maybe in the next month or so?
Maybe the next month. Hopefully, I'm looking for the next month. Just trying to find a place to go, and I will be there.
Thank you, Gable. All the best and congrats.
No, I appreciate it.
There he is, Gable Steveson, victorious now in MMA, victorious in dirty boxing, And I didn't know about that that honor that he was paying to the late great Arthur Jones, former Syracuse Orange, Indianapolis Colt, Baltimore Raven, brother of one Jon Jones, who shockingly and suddenly passed away just a few weeks ago. So very nice stuff, and that is a really cool photo. So I'm sure something that Jon and both Gable will cherish. And I like this. He's getting 3 fights in back end of 2025. One being a non-MMA fight, but get active, get some minutes in, some rounds. I mean, the fights aren't lasting very, very long, and that's fine. This is how you build someone up. So I am curious as to how many of these he is going to take before going to probably the UFC. Let's be 100% honest. I'm going to set the line at 5. You guys taking the over, under. So we're now at 2. I'm going to include the DBX. We'll say he has a third fight coming up. That'll be an LFA, I think. I'll set the line at 5. You know what? I'm going to set the line at 4.
Well, give us a half. Give us a half.
Okay, 4.5.
So his fifth fight.
Yeah.
We're
Fifth
about
fight.
to be on third. Fifth fight will be in the UFC, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the over. Yeah, I do not think he does one more and then his next is in UFC.
Yeah, I'll take the over as well.
Yeah, I guess you're right. The question is, do you put him on Contender Series?
No.
I think they would like to do that. They did the same thing with Bo Nickel, but I don't think he's a Contender Series fighter.
I was gonna say it feels like something that they would like to do, but also not only that I don't think he's a Contender Series fighter, I don't know if the schedule would match up. That means he's not joining till what, August?
Well,
forget the schedule.
Who knows what the Contender Series deal is now with Paramount, right?
Paramount, yeah.
Forget all that.
I'm forgetting it.
Bo Nickel was a middleweight. That there's plenty of talent that you can see in that division.
True.
Gable Steveson is instantaneously a top 10 heavyweight. As soon as he enters the UFC, you can't put him on Contender Series. Like,
Gable Salsa Boy debut, book it.
Yeah, you need him there.
Who wins that fight? Who wins that fight?
Stop it.
Gable. Isn't that crazy?
No.
No, I don't know if that's actually true, but I think.
Wait, you don't know that that's true?
Wait, who's the favorite in that fight? Who's the favorite in that fight?
I'll give you plus 1,000 on Salsa Boy right now.
I would imagine Gable Steveson would be the favorite in that fight.
Right now. Like if his
Yes.
Okay, you know what's crazy?
I mean,
okay,
it's like a minus 10,000 in LFA.
Here's a fun game. Tom Aspinall, Gable Steveson. Tom's favorite.
Yeah.
Okay?
For sure.
I want to know how many guys he's the dog against. Gon Steveson.
Favorite, Gable.
I think
What?
he's the underdog to Cyril Gane.
I don't.
I actually feel fairly strongly like
Okay.
Cyril Gane's like a minus 200
the
or
wrestling
something.
advantage would make him.
Maybe even bigger. I mean, he's got 0 MMA experience.
Okay,
Yeah, he's got 2.
Okay, so we'll keep going. One's
One's DBX and it's a combined
Rick gets
what?
left behind.
15 seconds?
Alexander Volkov.
I think Volkov's probably the favorite in that.
Whoa. Okay, I thought you were off the train at that point. Sergey Pavlovich.
I mean, dude, probably Sergey. We're talking about like the top 5 here.
Yeah, this is
But
what
like,
I'm going
bro,
down.
if we're doing like a Marcin Tybura, then like
Okay,
now
I want to know when he
he
clocks in. Curtis Blades, that might be a tough one, or maybe not, because what's Curtis going to do? Take him down?
I don't know. I'm still thinking like
How's Gable off his back?
Bo Nickel was a minus 300 to RDR.
He ain't taking down an Olympic gold medalist Gable Steveson as a youngster. Okay, what about Jalton Almeida?
I think Gable's a favorite over everybody but Tom Aspinall.
I think.
And then the next one is Waldo, by the way. So does he?
I'm biased on the Waldo one. I still think that would be closely lined.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
But then like, who's after Waldo?
Sergey Spivak.
He's a favorite over Sergey Spivak.
Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.